Hey everyone, welcome to Illegal Alien Racing. This is a 16-lap final in the 100cc Masters class out at NTK in Denton, Texas. I am starting third. If you watched the prior video, it was a pre-final and you saw the lap one, turn one crash that we are hoping to avoid in this one. We're looking for green. Here we go, green flag. I'm going to back off just a little bit, try to survive this corner, and we all do, so that is good. Big improvement over the last race. I've got someone to my left right here, so I'm going to give him some room. And right there, you see them cross over. They've got the inside on this right-left chicane, so I'm not going to fight them for it, just let them have it. It's way too early in the race to fight hard for that position. Plus, he has the position on me, so let's just give it up and get in line and try to deal with him a little bit later. That is Doug right behind me. More on him in just a little bit. This camera angle is probably different than what you're normally used to seeing if you watch any of my other videos. DKC lets you mount your GoPro on your helmet. This track and most other tracks require you to mount it on your cart. So that's why this camera angle is being used. It's about 55 degrees Fahrenheit. The track's not too bad though. It's got some grip on it. That is Doug right there hanging in pretty good. You've seen Doug in some of my other videos giving advice for new karters, maybe some advice on the mechanic side of it. Doug wrenches for teams in regional races and also in national races. So if you live in Texas, you're looking for a mechanic for a race, Doug, I'm sure, is for hire for the right price. And you also have to include whatever price he gives you. My commission is not included in that. Just kidding. All right, you probably noticed too, as we cross the start-finish line, a green time indicator there. What I'm doing is lap over lap. Compared to the prior lap, if I ran faster, you'll see it in green. If I ran slower than the prior lap, you'll see it in red. So hang with me on this race. It looks like they've kind of pulled away, which they have, but it gets better, I promise. All right, we'll see how this lap was. Made up almost a full second, so it's getting better. If you didn't watch the prior video, this is my first race in this kart. First race weekend in this kart. Still getting used to it, and I don't have a lot of experience on this track, so I'm definitely getting used to the track as well. So you see him open up on me, and what I did, I don't know, I suspect it's the air pressure deal. The pre-final is 8 laps long, and this final is 16 laps, so it's twice as long. I want to say I dropped half a pound of air pressure, maybe a full pound. Right there, I'm going 4/10 faster than the prior lap, so we are definitely going in the right direction here. I suspect maybe the people in front of me started with a little higher air pressure. Maybe that's why they're able to really get the kart to work for them early on. But what you want is a kart to work for you later in the race. You don't want your fastest laps early in the race. You want them real late. So I'm willing to give up a little bit of handling, but hoping that later on during the race, the kart starts to work a little better. You see me blip the throttle there, or you can hear it rather. I'm hoping the kart starts to work a little better for me. Right there, almost an identical lap to the prior. We want to keep improving, going faster, so that's something to keep an eye on there. Really big curves here they just put in at NTK, which stands for North Texas Karters. I don't want to run over those. You can probably go faster by running over them, but I really don't want to shred my kart up, especially in a club race. I have to pay for this kart, so I want to keep it in as good condition as possible. 3/10 faster, so that's good. I don't have any sponsors. I am self-sponsored here, so we're going to try to make this kart last a little bit. And you can see the other drivers getting just a little bit bigger on the screen there. And as the laps start to kind of tick down, I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with the kart and just more confident, especially like in turn 1 here. It's got some pretty crazy banking. It's a fast corner. Let's see what we got here. All right, 3/10. So I'm getting on the brakes later and getting on the throttle just a little faster, or a little sooner rather, as I get more comfortable with the kart and just with the track and try to figure this thing out. A little bit of a longer race, so I do have a little time. You can see 2 and 3 are pretty close to each other, and 4th is starting to kind of lag just behind just a little bit. All right, a little bit slower, but I mean, it's 0.04 of a second. It's almost an identical lap time. That sun's starting to set, so if you don't have a visor, like a tinted visor, it can be a little bit of a problem. Definitely catching the group here. Went just a little bit faster, but pretty much an identical lap time. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, lap 10, according to the data, was the fastest lap of the race for me. I ran a 41.082. The winner of the race, who was in first place here, he had the fastest lap of the race at a 40.767. A difference between me and him was 0.3 of a second, 0.315. I had the second fastest lap time in the race, which I was pretty pleased with when I figured that out, given the lack of experience on this track. All right, picked up a 10th there. I'm definitely on his rear bumper. This is a driver that caused the wreck in the prior race. I don't know this driver. I've never raced with him prior to this weekend. So there's definitely some trust issues between us. Well, I don't know if you trust me or not, but I definitely don't trust him. And this is just based on the opening lap crash. And then I'm also observing him here, watching how he drives, watching his lines. And I just don't want to race real close with him because, again, it's just probably not worth tearing your kart up for a club race when 7 people are in it. If this were more like a higher stakes race, then yeah. More so if I were comfortable with him, if I knew kind of his tendencies and I was familiar with the track and my kart, I'd be a lot more brave, let's put it that way. And also too, it looks like he's far away, but he's actually closer in real life than he appears to be. If you just pick a spot on the track, as soon as he goes over it and I go over it, you see there's not a lot of time there between us both crossing the same point on the track. Trying to get as close as I can to him. Just look for a good place to pass. You hear me kind of being cautious on the throttle. Right there's a little wide. He's better than me in the chicane for sure. If I want to get into third spot here, I'm going to have to get around him. I'm definitely running out of time here. Going a little slower, so I'm just kind of hesitating a little bit behind him. Now watch third place. He goes off track right there, throws up grass and dirt, and we both slide out and miss the chicane, the entry, and he gets the worst end of it and I go around him. Hadn't had that happen too much, so apparently when they throw grass and dirt on the track just a little bit, it definitely affects your cart, as you saw there. I was kind of caught off guard by it. I've got 2 laps here, and third place is, I mean, he's out there, but I think I can maybe catch him if I push really hard. I noticed that just by watching him, his body seemed to kind of lean out of the cart a lot. I don't know him, so I don't know what his driving style is, but usually when you see that happening, it usually means the other driver's getting tired. So that's good for you if you're not getting tired. And I feel pretty good, despite not having really driven much in the last few months. So right there, you can kind of see just his body language there. He appears to be getting tired. You see us gap 5th spot there. All right, we're picking up some time here. I'm gonna have to go really hard this last lap, try to get into the 3rd spot. It would be a really good finish for me and a good showing for me if I can do that. I'm gonna have to drive really hard though. I'm going as hard as I can here. He's doing pretty well. Put down some really good lap times too. All right, I'm not close enough. I want to try him on the straight for the start-finish line. And he slows down way more than I expected, and I run into the back of him, and there goes 5th place into 3rd. Oh man, I was trying to set him up to pass him here on the straight and get to the start-finish line. He just slowed down when I didn't expect him to, and I wasn't ready for it, and that's what happened. Definitely not intentional. And I definitely apologized to him after the race because it was not something that I meant to do. As always, thanks so much for watching and for hanging with me this long. We'll see you on the next one. Y'all take it easy.